Hey everybody, Raymond here with the Evercrafter, and welcome to a special edition of, I guess we'll just say a special edition of Flocktail Hour. Tonight is I am closing out the 31 Days of Content Marathon with Sweet Success Studios. Um, for those of you who are new to me, I am Raymond with the Evercrafter. If you're seeing this part, it's probably a replay, so go ahead and hashtag replay down below. I'm going to get myself pulled up over here on my laptop so I can read comments and get myself shared out, and I'll be right back. Hey Jenny, how you doing? Hey Robin. Hey Desiree. Oh, thank you for sprinkling. There we go. Whew. How's everybody been doing today? Hope y'all have enjoyed the last 2 days of all these lives that we've had. Some great talent out there. Hey Tisha. Hey Cousin Jan. Sister. 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 Hey Holly. Why say it Holly? I'm pretty tired myself. On mute. Sure. Hi. Thank you, Jan. Hey Becca. See if Jones can understand me. Anybody else understand that? She needs a nap. That's too bad. So, why am I so quiet? Hey, Marcella. M. Jones. Caboosing it. I'm caboosing it. That was, yes, Becca, that's what I said. Look at you. Knowing ASL. I don't know much anymore. I used to know a lot. Oddly enough, I remember almost a whole song in it. It's really weird. But I can't remember how to use a lot. Like, I can't remember most of it. Most of using it like in an everyday situation. I can't. I used to be able to do it though. Hey, Priscilla. Yes. You can only sign bad words. That's understandable. Jay Woods. Bow, bow, bow. It's an election. Oh, gotcha. We had to learn it when I was younger for a purpose that after learning it, none of us had to have it for. It was really weird. I'm not going to go into that story though. Hey, Connie. Yeah, but we all had to learn it. A lot of our family had to learn it, and it was just weird. that one day we didn't need it. Hey, Christy. Well, yeah, that's understandable too. You used it. Oh, I bet that came in handy working as a nurse. It would come in handy where I'm at because I actually have a lot of customers who they bring their notepad with them when they come in because a lot of people don't know how to sign. So it would come in really handy at work because I'm shocked at the amount of customers we have that are deaf. I'm gonna be. Hey, Janice. I don't know who Mama thinks she talking to because she the one got me on mute. I don't have her on mute. Huh. Anyway, so welcome to the caboose of the 31 Days of Content Marathon. Again, for those that are new or maybe new, I am Raymond with the Evercrafter, and tonight I had no clue what to do, to be honest with you. I went through several ideas of what I wanted to do and ideas and things I could do. And hey, Dewey, all month. Huh, oh, that's cool. So all month long, I've been doing pop-up lives where hey, Margarita, where we worked on Marty the Gator Jr. or Marty Jr. for short. So I figured I have to have him done quick. Like, he should have been done last weekend, but things happen. And I wanted to continue to do it throughout the month. So I did work on him quite a bit yesterday. Like I got his head attached, his tail's attached. I got him mostly covered. But I figured that way we could finish him tonight on the live together to wrap out the month. You know, I thought that'd be, almost knocked him over. Figured that'd be a good way to end the month. Go ahead and knock him out, get him done. So that's what we're gonna do. I realized today, hey Deborah, that in the process of doing this, I forgot one step. That was kind of an important step, which was putting his eyes in or making holes for his eyes to go into. We didn't do that. So we're gonna have to make that situation work. Thank you, Margarita. It used to have a full blue bear right here. It says, don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone. Oh, Jenny, I'll work with you on it. I promise. I'll explain everything, and you can message me, and I will sit here on a video chat with you if I need to and help you. I promise. But for some reason, the blue bear started peeling off when I washed it the last time. So me being me, I sat there and did this, and started pulling off the rest of the blue. So yeah. Hey Renee, you just missed me explaining it. So his tail and head are already attached, and I covered them, but I'm going to go through it with you on how I did it. I have to get him done. Like, he has to be done this, like, beginning of the week. So I had to kind of push along yesterday. I thought I had a little bit longer. Like, I should have actually had this guy done last weekend, and things didn't work out. So yeah, anyway. So I'm going to pull him over here, and I'll show you where we're at, okay? So I attached his tail. So, hey Sue. So I went ahead and attached his tail, and all I did was glue it on there, and then I did the same technique we did for the rest of the fur. The fur. An alligator does not have fur, guys. Don't listen to me. Do not listen to me. This is skin, scales. No, well, I guess crocodile skin. Oh my gosh. Words are hard, guys. So I went ahead and brought that on down around the tail. So for the head, when I attached it, we still had to bring this same texture up, and I brought it to a point. Okay? Same way we did all the other, okay? It's boots with the fur. He's a fairy. He's a fairy. Hey, D. So now I'm going to turn him around and show you the front. So there's his front. Yeah, don't listen to me. Note that, okay? Don't listen to me. Hey, Shannon. So on his belly, and it also goes under and it wraps around to this section of the tail. What we did there is I took a darker green and I cut inch-wide strips. Okay? And I started down here and I put a strip here. Then I went up to about 1/4 of an inch left and I laid my next strip. And I repeated that all the way up. Now you see this bright green right here? That shouldn't be there. I don't even know how that got there. I saw it when I brought him in here today. So we're going to have to fix that somehow. Hey, Denise. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. The hands, all that is a small Easter egg shaped piece of styrofoam that I attached to the end, covered in green clay, and cut little fingers in and added dark green to the tips to be his fingernails. Hey, Jellyfish. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, we'll say this is Adam's apple. That'll work. Hey, Albert. You'll notice on the head, it's a smooth. I made one big sheet, laid it on there, and just made sure it stuck. Hey, sister, from another mister. So, the same technique I did here for his claws, we also did on the feet. For these, on his feet, I did put toothpicks in. That way, they won't be as easy to break off. I did not do it here, because this is actually going to have something in it, so that you won't have to really worry about that. And same thing with this hand. That's going to be holding something anyways. So right here is what I was saying. I should have cut a hole in for the eyes to fit into. Hey, Maria. And I completely forgot, guys. So we're going to have to make that work. Here, I just laid a piece of green clay on the table, and I cut like a smile, like a balloon-shaped smile, and laid it on there. And brought it around and covered all of this. So that's what I did for this. If you have any questions or need me to show you something, inbox me, and I'll figure that way out to show you, okay? So what we need to do now is we need to put the mouth, the color for the mouth, which is going to be red, and then his tongue will be pink. So I'm going to sit him to the side. I'm going to grab my container. I got some red out earlier. Already conditioned it. And would y'all believe that I left my roller in the other room? He reminds you of a green Barney. I'll say it. That's probably who he reminds you of. Thank you. So, I don't think I have any. This is definitely not gonna. Would it? Let's see. Y'all, in a pinch. In a pinch, you can use In a pinch, you can use a glue stick as a rolling pin. Just say it. I did, Albert. Baby Bop. Yes. Yes. That could be it too. Right, I want to holler for him, but he he's in the middle of playing this game. He's very interested in this game today. Oh my, Jan. Oh my. I'm gonna go grab my rolling pin, y'all. I'll be right back. Sorry, on the live was like, Corey. Corey. Becca, I told him what you said. He thought that was funny. Oh, 60s. A wine bottle. There you go. Oh, nice. Nice, niece. I ordered some more stuff and oh. You need some colorful fabric. I actually ordered some additional supplies for the event. And for whatever reason, FedEx has been trying to deliver them since I ordered them. Like, they said they tried the same day I ordered it. And I was like, no, you didn't. There's no way that you tried that same day because I literally just ordered them. So I made us like an ovally shape here. And what I want to do is I want to measure how wide the inside of the mouth is. It's roughly 3 inches wide. So I'm going to cut the sides off. Like that. I get it. I get that. And I'm going to kind of round the edges. This will not be a perfect fit, but it will help me not have so much extra. Because you don't want to get it stuck to your green clay. Well, I just can't figure out how they keep sending me messages saying they can't deliver. I'm like, well, one, there's no way you can deliver an item that you don't have yet because I literally just ordered it, you know? So you can do this 2 ways. You can take this and fold it with this in the center. Like you can do this and insert it in that way. Or you can cut it in half. We're going to try it this way. That's not going to work this time. It worked last time because the mouth was bigger. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. I'm just going to do it this way this time. Let me see if I can turn it to the side. Hey, Q. Hey, Lori Cox. Toops. We're working on my gator. All right, so that fit right on in there. And don't worry about getting a little bit on the edges because you are going to add a lip feature on it. Now you see right here I got way too big. I'm going to take my scissors and cut that off. Let me turn it back towards me for a minute. Here you go, Lori. I made a big one last year that's even bigger than this one. But this year I needed to make a small one for somebody. So I started making this at the beginning of the month. And because I'm doing the 31 days of content with the coaching group I'm in, Sweet Success Studios, I figured, why not make this my month project, you know? Thank you. Now here comes the hard part. The hard part is getting the top part. I'm actually going to add a little glue to the top. Oh, he's definitely big. He is not nearly as small as I originally wanted him to be. He was supposed to be in about this big. But we all know, once I get going, it just keeps growing. Yep, once I start going, it keeps growing. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Lori. I can't wait for the next holidays event that I'm in. Because I'm actually going back to my roots and doing a wreath for it. Well, not a wreath, but a swag. So I'm just applying a little glue here to help it stick better. On the bottom, I'm not worried about it because it's going to adhere. But this being above it, I just wanted to add a little extra. I do not do well with small stuff. Just one of those things. All right. Now I'm just attaching it. I will have to go in and cut some of this one off also, so let me go ahead and turn it towards me. I should have cut it a little bit more before I started putting it on. And because I put glue on that clay, it's not any good for anything else now. But it's okay. Like, I can't take that clay and put it back in my bag because it's got the glue on it. Right? Go big or go home. All right, now I'm going to take my little tool. Let me turn him back around. And I'm going to push it into his mouth and push up. That's just going to help that adhere where I can get my hand in there. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, just to make sure it's stuck. I'm going to go ahead and throw this piece of red in the garbage. Okay. Put this red back in here. I'm going to grab a little pink. I'm actually using that same skin color that's pinker. Wipe my scissors off because these are still my fabric scissors. Don't need much of this. Like that much is probably enough. This isn't actually, for this size, I actually did not even use a full bag. So what I did, the body and the dark green, I took some of the same green and just added brown to it. And I have that much left of the regular green out of one bag. And where's it at? And the dark green I made using that same green, I have this much left. So I've got quite a bit left. We're actually going to use some of the dark green in there a little bit. So I'm just making a little ball. I'm going to roll it into kind of like a peanut shape and push it down. That should be good. Now I'm going to cut off the very back. You can either cut it off or flatten it out, either way. Okay. I'm going to take a skewer.
I heard your crappers was looking for me. Here I go. Hey.
I did it like that, like it's a sucker. We'll use that to put it into his mouth. And lay it down. You notice I didn't like pay attention to make sure it's straight. That's fine. Let me look and see how, yeah. Hey, Hannah. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to, but I'm not going to push all the way down. I'm just making sure that it's attached in the back. Like I'm kind of using this to manipulate the clay to make sure it's stuck back there. That'll work. I'm going to go back in that same line I made and press it down a little bit more just to make sure it shows up. Yeah. All right. Put that out of the way. I guess he was done playing this game. The dogs must have needed something. All right. So now he needs eyes. We need to line out, trim out the mouth, which means lips and jawline, and put his spikes on his back. So what we're going to do first is the upper. We're going to do the green trim that goes here. But before we do that, we're going to make him 1, 2, 3, 5 teeth. We're going to make 5 teeth. Where's my white? Right here. So we're going to take this. Oh, I didn't close my container, y'all. And that white is not working anymore. And look, the green's good though. Just the white's not. So let me get some more white. That's weird. And did y'all know that you could take your, what's got one hard spot in it right there? You can take your dried out clay, use a cheese grater, and grate it to make, like sprinkle looking stuff. Not exactly sprinkles, but you know what I mean. Like the white makes coconut, like a good coconut, like that type of stuff. Ow! All right. So we're going to make him some teeth real quick. Because the teeth and the lips go on right at almost at the same time. Now, we don't want his teeth to be bright white. You can have bright white teeth if you want to. But what I actually want to do is we're going to take a very, very, very little bit. Like just a little bit. Like a little tiny piece. And add it in half at a time. And if this is too dark, which it may be, we will go back in and make it again. Hey, Sandy. Like, I think this is actually going to be too dark. Like, that's how much that brown just changed that white. Yeah, that made this almost a cookie dough color. Like sandy. Like a sandy color. So, yeah. Let's do that again. I'm just going to stick that in there. And this time, instead of brown, we'll add yellow. Like it was a teeny tiny bit. So this time I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of yellow. I pulled out 2 little tiny pieces. Now, I actually want to say on my big gator, I added a little green. That's cool. I've always been a little scared of using the wax for coconut because it's so hot that I was always scared it was going to hey Shannon. I was always scared it would melt. That'll work. See, it barely changed it just a little bit. Like it made it almost a buttery color. So for his teeth, we're just making teardrops and flatten them out. Like that's entirely too large though. Still too big. That'll work. So we're just making these little tiny, tiny shapes. Little tiny points. Now, if you want to give him big teeth, you can definitely give him big teeth. And they all don't need to be the same size. Like you can make them different sizes. Hey, Julie. We're working on gator. Right now, I'm just making some little tiny teeth so they can start to dry. I'm shocked that Tina has not told me to give it a gold tooth yet. She typically does. She always wants me to give stuff gold teeth every time I make something with teeth. Try to make a few really small ones. Silver, yeah. We have a joke. It's not really a joke, but it seems like every time that we're out in public and a little kid is being bad, he's got a mouthful of silver teeth. So we always say, as soon as if we see kids, especially in our family, and they have silver teeth in their mouth, they're bad. They're definitely bad kids. They get in trouble. They cause trouble. They're always like taking your food and your snacks. All right, so I've made more little teeth than I had planned on, just so I'd have them. Making one more. I actually ended up making 8 of them, I think. All right, let's put this in here. That way it stays, it doesn't dry out on us. All right, so now we need to do his upper lip so he can put his teeth in. And that is done with the with green. Where'd it go? Right there. Alligator was his name. I don't know if I know that one. My glue gun just fell. All right, we're gonna make a little worm to go all the way around the front of his mouth. I should have brought my big one in here and had it like behind me so I could see it as I do this, but it's okay. Yep, I'm thinking he's gonna have a gold tooth because I don't have any silver leaf. I do have gold liquid leaf, but no silver. So what I'm doing is I'm making a long worm. And I'm going to see if I've got it the right length. So this is where we're at now. Hey, Tanya. Definitely not long enough yet. And I'm trying to decide if I also want it to be smaller. Like skinnier. I think we're going to take a little of the clay off and make it a little bit skinnier. Hey, ma'am. You just want to make sure that when you get ready to put it on, that the ends are rolled to a point. Like that. Let me see if it's long enough. I'm just going to kind of lay it there just to see. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to put it where that seam is, where the red and the green meet. I actually ended up putting it on wrong. How did I do that? Okay. Now, if you wanted to at this point, you could definitely add a little glue. If you want to. I would probably say go super glue, which I have. I brought it in here and I laid it over here. This is the glue I use from the Dollar Tree, the Fix All adhesive. I know everybody has a glue they like. This happens to be the one I like. I know a lot of the crafters like the gel glue. I just really like this one. I'm just adding it right where the red and the green clay meet. You just want enough that it adheres. Helps it stay in place. Oh, I could do a diamond. I could do that. Who fell down the stairs? I missed that. Ma'am, you fell down the stairs? Oh no. I would ask why you fell down the stairs, but I'm sure you don't know why you fell down the stairs. So again, I'm just pushing it up there, making sure it's attached. All right. I'll turn it around here in just 1 second and show you. And I'll show you what I'm doing to make sure it stays. All right. So all I did was once I put it on where it's going to go, I kind of took my hand, pushed it against it, and I took my finger and kind of rolled it under a little bit. Okay? So I kind of flattened it into the inside. You want to take a ball tool at this point. Take a ball tool. I don't have my big ball tool in here, so I'm going to use a small one. And this is where you're going to decide where you want your teeth. And you're just going to kind of make an area that the tooth will fit into. I'm putting 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm doing 4 on top. So all I did was made little holes with the ball tool. All right. Then your teeth will just fit into those. You just kind of shove them up in there. And in the back here, I'm just putting a small one. So there's this first set of teeth. So now the bottom lip is a little bit harder. No ma'am, Tina. No ma'am. So the bottom lip is a little bit harder because you have to do it in 3 sections. So on the bottom, you have to do from here. Let me turn it better. So from here to about here, you have like an edge that goes. And then you have his bottom lip. And then you do the other side. But before you do the pieces here, you want to do his bottom lip. So I'm going to roll out another worm. It can actually be a little thicker if you wanted it to. Okay, that's the right length. I am going to take... Nope, I'm not. I should have put the bottom lip on before I put the teeth in. But I didn't. Let me put a little glue. I just have to be a little bit more careful because of the teeth. Let me turn it towards me to get it around that tooth. Okay. And on this one, I'm just kind of doing the same situation where I'm kind of pushing it on and pushing it in. Kind of pinching it as I go. Just making sure that it's on there. Okay. Same thing with our ball tool. Figure out where you want your teeth. We have 2 big teeth and 3 little teeth we can use. I want to put one here. That's a big tooth. A bigger tooth, excuse me. His teeth are technically coming through his lip. Even though that's not how it would actually work. Little tooth there. Put a little one right there. Do one here. And I can go back in and paint one of the teeth gold. All right. So there's his teeth. I got something on my hand. It itches. All right. So now we need to do these areas right here. It doesn't come all the way around. It comes to about midway. And Thank you, Dean. How are you doing from North Carolina? I'm Raymond with the Evercrafter. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's where I live. I'm originally from a little town in Arkansas, but now I am in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we are making Mardi the Gator Jr. We've been working on him all month long. Tonight we're going to finish him off for the most part. If you want to see how he started with a plastic champagne bottle and some styrofoam, I started that at the beginning of the month, and weekly I've done a live. I kind of think on last year's I actually did this section here in this screen. I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I did. Hey, Snow. I think we're going to switch from the dark green to the brighter green to go above the lips instead. So I'm pretty sure that's what I did last year. And I just think that would look better. Well, thank you, Jenny. So I'm going to get the rest of the green out of this bag. Luckily, this is the last thing that we need the bright green for, although I do have another bag. I'm going to turn him towards me. And I'm going to roll me a worm. Actually, only need about half of that. Doing it the same way we do the lips. Point it on each end. And I'm just going in with my finger. I'm going to turn it around to show you what I just did. I'm just going in with my finger and pressing it down towards the dark green. And then running my finger along the edge. Now, if I was doing this on my own time, I would have done all this at the same time so that I could have blended it all together a little. Because if you go back and you look at last year's, he is definitely blended together. But it's okay that they're not, you know? Just want to squeeze his cheeks. Yeah, then that's not something you think you would say about a gator, huh? Let me turn him, make sure I did that back here good. And I'm going to press that down just a little bit. Yep. Now, I don't have my water in here. I don't have any water in here. But if I had a little water, I would take it and just kind of run my finger across it to get rid of the waves. So I turned away from the camera to do that, and I did it with my finger. There. Now let's do the other one. Hey, Helen. What are you welcome for, Jay Woods? I don't know. I don't know what I'm welcoming. Nope. I'm saying you're welcome for some reason, but what was that reason? What happened? I don't know. Make sure those are about the same size, roughly. They're roughly the same thickness. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see it. Going from here, attaching there, and working my way around. Definitely too long. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Doing the same thing here that I did on the other side. Just kind of working my fingers along the edge and down the back. And you're not going to get them to be exact unless you have a mold or something like that. What's up, big brother? The main thing you want to do is get the same look, you know, but you know you're not going to get it to be exact. Like I actually got this one a little bit lower than I needed it, but it's just going to have to work because once it's there, you know. Especially once the clay starts to get a little bit of a crust on it. All right. Now let's figure out the eye situation. So I think the cheeks work. They're not as perfect, but they're good. So he is going to have, the last year's had actual eyes that looked more reptile. This year's is going to have the more human-like eyes. So I just need to figure out where I want them to go. I'm kind of making my mark in there. If it would stay long enough for me to make sure I like it. Make sure they're both in the same area. That's going to be about the right spot. Oof, almost busted his face. Yep. That one actually could go over just a little bit. Okay. Now that I made marks of where I want them. What sass are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about, Teresa Jones, Mother Dearest. What I'm going to do is take my X-Acto knife. And I'm actually going to cut out a little bit of that area where the eyes are going to go. I'm just cutting out just a little bit of it. And the reason I'm doing that is so that they will look a little bit more inset than they do. You have to be very careful if you do this, because once you cut that, it's gone. There's no going back from here. This is the point of no return. 10 points to who knows. The point of no return is from what musical? Oh, I'm always full of sass. We know it. That's nothing new. Keep in mind, his eyes will look inset. 10 points to the house of Comey's Crafting Corner. I am putting some super glue on the back of the eyes. It is from Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera is here. inside your mind. Sing for me. Sing, my angel of music. Yes, I know I'm a nerd. I get it. It's okay. I'm holding the eyes down for a minute so they can kind of attach. Well, that one's not wanting to stay. I don't know why, but it's not. Probably because I got glue on the front and it keeps sticking to my hand. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Inside my mind. Come on, sir. Make your eye stay in there. I can't walk around with you and hold your eye in. This is why I said we missed a crucial step. If I would have cut holes beforehand. I did not see Love Never Dies. Ooh, what's the score of the football game? We watched part of the other game, but we stopped. It got boring. I see the problem. I did not cut out enough, y'all. But it's too bad now, because I'm just going to have to hold it there till it dries. I knew the Eagles won. The Bills are beating the Chiefs? Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I did not expect that. Oh, that doesn't happen often. Have you really, Jones? That's awesome. That's just third quarter. Okay. All right, we're going to pretend that those are stuck. They're close. Let me turn it around. Right now, he's got crazy eyes. I know. We're going to give him some upper eyelids, and that will help with the crazy eyes. So we need to take some glue. And put it around the top of the eyes. Right above the top. On the green. We're going to take a little bit of dark green. I'm going to make a circle real quick. You could use a cookie cutter here if you wanted to make them exactly a circle. I don't like that circle. Let me make it a little bit better. I can see that. That'll work. We're going to take that and we're going to put it over his eye and kind of press it back into the green a little bit. This is also going to help partially hide the fact that the eye's not want to stay in place. It actually made him look a little mean, but he won't when we get done, I promise. Do the same thing on this eye, right around the top. Just making sure it's on there. Close my glue. Who got suspended? Okay. I can point that a little bit more there. It'll work. I am going to take and make one little tiny worm that I'm going to put under the eye. So I was talking to Sam earlier tonight, and I think I'm going to have to get me a Mevo or something similar. I've got to find a way that you can see me but also see what I'm doing so that I can show you as I do it instead of showing you how I do it and then showing you after. So I think I'm going to have to invest in something along the lines of those. I just don't know what, because Mevos are expensive. So I'm just taking that little worm and running it under the eye. Thank you, Ramona Boudreau. How you doing? Come on, get in there. That'll do. Hey, Judy. Now, one eye is definitely a little different from the other, but it's okay. I think they just use a regular camera. Their regular phones, I believe. I'm gonna double check, but their shopping thing is different from the Mevo thing. I'm doing all right, Ramona. But I'll ask him. I'll find out. So now we need to do some spikes down the back. So I'm going to try and stand up. and do this facing the back. So all we're doing is doing kind of like we did the teeth. We're making teardrops and rounding them off. So they're going to start right here, right in the front. Right now, I'm not adding glue to them. I will go back in and add them with glue. Thank you, Paula Smith. So, Paula, I don't know if you know this or not, but my last name is Smith. And my sister's name is Paula. So we're just giving him his little punk rock spikes. And they're going to go all the way down his tail. And again, these don't all have to be the same size either. Hey, Cheryl. Now, what you want to do, everywhere you put one of the big ones, you want to put two on the sides also. It's from a brand called Reason Clothing. But it's a few years old, and it used to have an actual whole blue bear right here. Right? Could be. So because this clay is really dry already, the green, more than likely I'll be able to just pop these off and add stuff to them to to make them stick better. I just want to show you what we're doing to do this, and then I'm going to work on something else to go with it. It's cold down there. It actually warmed up quite a bit here today. I mean, it got into like the low 60s. But we were able to put our plants back out today because it's not going to be in the freeze at nighttime anymore. So I was glad to get the plants out the house. So we're going to do this all the way down to the tip of the tail. We're not going to do all that together, but I'm just showing you how we do it. Yeah, your plants went out too. Ooh, I'm so excited to get them out of the house. Like I woke up and Corey had already taken bulk of them outside, except for some of the bigger ones. And I walked outside and I was like, so let me go ahead and carry the big one out. Can we go ahead and put it back outside too? That's what our weatherman said today. He was like, it's crazy to think that this time last week we were getting ready for a snowstorm. All right, so y'all get the concept of what we're going to do straight down the back, right? And we'll go ahead and finish off this area right here. Put one right here. Oh, I'm glad to be out of the freezing temperatures. I love the cold. I hate extreme heat, but I was kind of tired of being cold. We got our snow. I'm good. All right, so that's going to continue all the way around. Cheryl, I didn't know you were in the Keys. I don't know how I didn't know that. All right, so let's turn him back around. I think the spikes are just a really cool touch. Oop. All right, so he's got a little bit of a crazy eye. It's okay. So in that hand that's up, this one, he needs to hold something there, and he needs something for that hand. So we're going to do two things. We're making a baby king cake. He's going to hold the king cake in this hand. Oh, you're on vacation. Okay. See, I don't mind summer. I hate when I can't get cool. Okay, Cheryl, I was thinking up north. Okay. That's better in my head. Okay. So we're gonna make us a baby king cake. This is just gingerbread clay from Great Creations Folk Cupcakes that I made a thick donut out of, and I stretched it to give it the look of a king cake. A king cake is a dessert that we have here in Louisiana, typically from King's Day through Ash Wednesday. You can get them other times of the year, but that's when you're supposed to have it. They're usually filled with cream cheese, frosting, different types of fruits. I've actually had one this year that was lemon and blueberry mix. Not bad. Not my favorite. My favorite is still strawberry. But yeah. Yeah. All right. So it usually has a white cream cheese frosting or something on the top, and then some drizzle of purple, green, and gold. Or sometimes they'll have full on iced sections in those colors. We are doing icing in the three colors. Some people would say bagel, but it's more of to me, the closest thing I can think, the bread of it tastes like a cinnamon roll. For breakfast is always good. And the knife stays in the box. If you don't know what that is, just understand the knife stays in the box. So we're going to do stripes. Just like little puddles of green, gold, and come on, Raymond. Get it together. Green, gold, and purple. I am actually out of purple clay, of the purple I needed. I have some lighter purple, but I got this clay from Dollar General in their craft section. It's an air dry foam clay, and it works pretty well in a pinch. That's more like it. So what I'm doing is this is a much thicker, firmer clay, by the way, than we're traditionally working with. I'm just going to make a little ball, and I'm going to smush it. No rhyme or reason. What's my name? What's my name? Name. It's Raymond. And I'm just going to put it on there like that. The order is purple, green, gold that we're putting it on. Let me get my green. Welcome back, ma'am. Not me. Okay, I was like, you know my name. Okay. And again, just doing it with my fingers. Just add a little green. There's really no rhyme or reason to the shape. Just whatever you want to do. And then start to repeat it. If you want to go back in and add a little glue, you can do that. They threw you out. Well, that ain't no fun. Was you being bad? We're just kind of pressing them into each other. Now, I might go back in after all this and I missed what that said. Oh, honey. I'm still waiting on some honey. Just say it. Oop, I almost messed up, y'all. Purple, gold, green, purple, gold, green, purple. Okay, that's right. Thought I'd messed up for a second. I think it's pretty cool that you have a catwalk for the cats. I like it. Last year on the live, I made a really big one of these. I think that I'm going to go back in after it dries, and I'm probably going to add some glitter. That's going to throw it off if I do that right there. But I didn't measure it right, so I'm going to have to. I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. Now we can add this one. Yep, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So there's our king cake. Super easy to do. Like I said, I will probably go back in and add a little sparkle to the top. That makes sense. Well, make it anyways. Make it anyways. It's getting late, y'all. For y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was 8:22, which means it's 9:22 Eastern time for y'all. I got one more thing to show you real quick. Pull him back over. You just figure out which direction you want it to go. It's going to sit in his hand like that, like he's offering you a piece of king cake. Now he still needs something for his other hand, correct? Correct. We set this back to the side. We pull this. Need a piece of wire. Okay. I've got a bucket of green stuff I've made. And I made a bunch of balls. These are just green fleur-de-lis I made. And these are green balls. This wire is a little bit thinner than I wanted to use, but it'll work. We're going to take one of these. And I'm pushing the wire through it. Then I'm going to do a yellow one. The green is dry. The other ones are not. I mean, yeah, the green is dry. The purple and the yellow is not dry. My favorite clay, I have difference. It depends on what I'm making. My go-to clay for certain colors is Marie from Great Creations. I use her white for pretty much everything. All my white. I like crystals with glitz and glues. Firm clay for cookies. I also like to use Annie's for cookies. I've never used Primitive Daughter. I've heard a lot of people, Primitive Pumpkin. I've heard a lot of people talk about that one. I've never used it. Okay, that's not going through. If you let your balls dry first, and you can't get your skewer to go, your wire just to stick through. Yes, we're making a Mardi Gras, like a beaded necklace. Just take a skewer, put it through there, and then you can get your wire to go through. Or it should. Or it should not. I don't know. It might not. If I had my thicker wire, this would work. I saw what she said. She's becoming official now. Yeah, it's like a giant toothpick. Or a Q-tip. There we go. My goodness. It goes through the wet clay really, really easy. It's just getting it to go through the dry clay. That's a little bit harder. Debbie with Bright Ideas. I like her clay also. They seem to be a little bit firmer of a clay, and for like sculpting and stuff, I like a softer clay. I don't like a really firm clay for that. So it just really depends on Q-tip. It really depends on what I'm making, on which clay I'm going to grab. Green. So it's green again. So let me take my skewer. So we're making us a bead, right? So I'm just going to show you. When you get to this point, all you have to do is that right there when you get done with it. Okay? Uh-oh. 29-29. That don't sound good. Clearly, I want the Chiefs to win. It's not that I'm a huge Chiefs fan. I just personally like the players on the Chiefs team better than the other. So if you use a drying rack for your clay, we all know that the area that the clay sits apart. Oh, he must be not be a fan. If you use the drying rack, you know you're going to get like a little bit of a groove or something on the bottom from the rack. If you make the necklaces, just make that make sure you put the skewer through that part of the ball. Bows. So I've used bows. Um, and I don't have anything against bows. I just haven't used it enough. Oh, that's cool. All right. So, I mean, we still obviously want this longer, but that'll hang in his other hand. Let me lay that down for a second. Fleur de lis. I made several. I'm going to take my skewer and very, very carefully go through the fleur de lis. Notice I said very, very carefully, because you don't want to bust through the fleur de lis like I just did. I got crooked. So I busted through the front right there. That's why I made several. If you have something smaller like a toothpick, which I'm out of, that would probably work better. All right, that time I think I got it. Yep. So what you want to do, I'm just going to pull another piece of wire to show you. Aloha. Like, I want that to be the middle of my necklace, of my Mardi Gras bead. So I can take my balls and put them on each side of that. I'm going to start with the yellow. Nope. Yeah. Nope. I'm going to start with purple. And I'm going to take that bead all the way down to there. You have to be careful because it is clay. It will come apart. I want to do a purple on the other side also. We're going to do the same pattern, just reversed it. So that's going to be the middle of the necklace. And then we're just going to work our way out to the sides. So we would go yellow. Then we go back to this side and do yellow. We're just going to continue that up to make our necklace. And then he'll hold the 2 strings of beads. Now for this one, I'm going to go in with a smaller green, maybe. You do. My house, when I bought my house, it actually has this shape in my kitchen inlaid into the tiles. Chiefs on the 10-yard. Oh, I have no idea. I knew at one point there is some type of meaning there, but I have no idea what it is. I'll find out for you though. I want to say that somebody once told me it had, like, it was a resemblance of a cross. It had something to do with religion, but I don't really remember. I just know that it's everywhere here. And to be honest, I get tired of seeing it everywhere. Now I do. I didn't used to. Like when we first got this house, we actually had a whole wall of fleur-de-lis. Like metal ones of all different shapes and sizes. They were cool. And yeah, that didn't last long because if they weren't all over my kitchen, you know. But it's the fact that they're in the kitchen wall. And I was just like, nope, that's enough. I'm done. Purity and chastity. Okay, there you go. Hey, my dukes. I am putting some beads onto some wire real quick. And then, see? Super cute. I like using the fact that I went in with the smaller green on this one. And I'm going to have to make more balls. But I just wanted to show you the style of each of them that we're doing. All right, I'm just going to wrap this off like I'm done. I'm not, but just to show you. We're going to pretend that's a full necklace, okay? And we will pretend that the other one is a full necklace. Let's lay this right here for a moment. Move this out of the way. Pull our gator back over. So one of these will go well, that didn't stay together. Twist that back around. Okay. I can't get them to go in there, y'all. All right, let's just pretend that they're in there. So he's going to hold one there. And the other one, we take this back apart. So there we have it. He's going to hold a set, and he's going to wear a set. So what is Marty missing? I do sketch everything out. I do. I never show anyone my sketches. But I do sketch everything out. It's my sketches are weird. And sometimes there's multiple projects on one sketch. Ta-da! Hold on. All right. So I have two crowns. I made two. One's smaller, one's larger. Because I wasn't sure which one I would need. So there's the large. There's the small. I may just make another one. That way I can dry it on his head so it'll fit better. Thank y'all so much. That's cool. Candy likes the small. Hey, Candy. The small is funny. Yeah, I kind of like the big one. But like I said, I might actually make another one. That way I can fit it to his head. You know what I mean? Or the small tilted. That could work too. Yeah, I think I will. Either way, I think I will make a like exactly D. I think I'll make a medium. That way I can make it where it will fit on his head better. Yeah, like this one, I feel like I like the large, but yeah, I will probably, like I said, I will probably make another one. That way, I can actually make it fit on his head better. Ah, got you, got you, got you. So yeah, here is our Marty the Gator Jr. with his king cake and his Mardi Gras beads. I love it. I thought about making him a mask. Last year's held a mask instead of a king cake, but I think the king cake worked for this instance. Hey, Tina. Thank you, Julie. So yeah, I'm going to play around with some of these, figure out what exactly size I want to do. I kind of like it with the 1 point in the front. Yeah, I think I like the larger better. I'm going to have to make another one that's somewhere in the middle of the two. I'm going to finish putting on his points down his back. I could do a worm. But you know, I always need a crown. So why am I pointing at my neck like that? Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Again, thank you for watching all the creators for the last 2 days. And I hope you all continue to create, continue to go live, continue to post on your page, continue to do the things you need to do to help your business grow. If you have questions, reach out to one of us. If you have a thought about, oh, this would be great for us to do as a group, let us know. We're open to hearing your suggestions too. We learn from you just as much as you learn from us. So thank you again to everyone that has taken part in the Sweet Success Studios 31 days of content. We still have a few more days left. So don't stop now. Keep going. Push yourself harder. All right? But until I see you guys again, remember, be wonderful. Make something wonderful. Live happily ever crafter. Bye, y'all.